Security analyst Jennifer Walsh first discovered the pattern while conducting routine background verification updates for government employees hired during the 1980s. Her database cross-referencing revealed an unprecedented anomaly. Approximately 47% of federal personnel hired between January 1983 and December 1985 had biographical backgrounds that could not be fully verified through standard documentation, despite having passed extensive security clearances during their original hiring process. We're identifying systematic gaps in biographical verification for nearly half of all federal employees hired during a 3-year period, Walsh wrote in her initial security assessment, declassified only in 2024 after her death at age 71. These individuals passed comprehensive background investigations and security clearances, but retroactive verification reveals that significant portions of their personal histories cannot be confirmed through independent documentation. The pattern affects employees across all government agencies and security levels. The investigation expanded when Walsh discovered that the unverifiable biographical elements weren't random gaps in documentation, but systematic replacements of entire life histories with fabricated backgrounds that had been carefully constructed to pass security investigations while concealing the individual's actual origins and previous activities. Dr. Michael Chen, counterintelligence specialist recruited from the FBI's Internal Security Division, confirmed that the biographical anomalies demonstrated characteristics of advanced identity construction rather than natural documentation gaps. His classified analysis, obtained through FOIA request hash 2024-883,641, revealed evidence of the most sophisticated infiltration program in American government history. The biographical inconsistencies indicate systematic identity construction using advanced techniques that exceed known foreign intelligence capabilities, Chen wrote in reports requiring Defense Department clearance to access. The fabricated backgrounds include complete educational histories, employment records, and social relationships that were constructed to pass intensive security investigations. The identity construction demonstrates technological and organizational capabilities that suggest either undisclosed American programs or foreign operations far exceeding previous intelligence assessments. But the most disturbing discovery came when Walsh's team realized that many of the potentially compromised employees held positions of significant authority within government agencies responsible for national security, intelligence operations, and policy development. The infiltration wasn't limited to lower-level positions, but included senior officials with access to classified information and decision-making authority. Background analysis revealed that the potentially compromised personnel had been systematically placed in positions that provided access to intelligence operations, military planning, economic policy development, and international relations coordination. The placement pattern suggested strategic positioning rather than random infiltration, indicating coordinated objectives that spanned multiple government functions. The placement patterns indicate strategic positioning for maximum intelligence access and policy influence, Walsh reported in her infiltration assessment. Potentially compromised personnel hold positions in the CIA, NSA, Defense Department, State Department, and White House staff. The strategic positioning suggests coordinated objectives that could affect all aspects of American government operations and national security. Dr. Sarah Rodriguez, behavioral analyst assigned to evaluate the compromised personnel, discovered that the individuals showed no signs of foreign allegiance or hostile activity. Despite their questionable backgrounds, their professional performance and policy positions appeared to serve American interests rather than foreign objectives. Behavioral analysis reveals no evidence of hostile activity or foreign allegiance among potentially compromised personnel, Rodriguez reported. These individuals demonstrate consistent support for American interests and democratic institutions. Their professional performance exceeds average standards, and their policy positions align with American strategic objectives, rather than foreign influence. The Office of Personnel Management, working with the FBI and CIA, immediately classified the investigation at levels requiring presidential authorization. If nearly half of federal employees hired during the mid-1980s had fabricated backgrounds, it represented either the most successful foreign infiltration in history or a classified American program of unprecedented scope and secrecy. We're facing either massive foreign infiltration or a classified domestic program involving systematic identity construction, FBI Director Patricia Hayes stated in classified briefings. The scope affects thousands of government employees across all agencies and security levels. We need to determine whether these individuals represent security threats or classified assets operating under constructed identities. Operation Sleeper Protocol was initiated on July 1, 1995, with the mission to identify the source and scope of identity construction while determining whether the potentially compromised personnel represented threats to national security or participants in classified programs designed to protect American interests through undisclosed operations. We're investigating the systematic replacement of government employee identities during the 1980s, Colonel Robert Morrison stated in his classified mission directive. Our objective is to determine whether identity construction represents foreign infiltration or domestic protection programs, and whether these individuals serve or threaten American national security interests. The investigation would reveal that the identity construction had been implemented as part of a classified program designed to protect government operations from foreign infiltration by replacing vulnerable personnel with individuals whose backgrounds were specifically constructed to resist foreign intelligence recruitment and manipulation. Investigation into the identity construction program revealed classified archives documenting Operation Clean Slate, a systematic personnel replacement program implemented between 1983 to 1985 to protect critical government functions from foreign infiltration by substituting potentially vulnerable employees with individuals whose backgrounds had been specifically constructed to resist intelligence recruitment and maintain absolute loyalty to American interests. Dr. Elena Martinez, intelligence historian recruited from the CIA's Historical Review Division, led the investigation into classified archives documenting the personnel replacement program. Her research, accessible only to personnel with identity operations clearance, revealed the most extensive domestic security operation in American intelligence history. Operation Clean Slate implemented systematic replacement of potentially vulnerable government personnel with individuals whose backgrounds were constructed to ensure absolute loyalty and resistance to foreign intelligence recruitment. Martinez wrote in her classified archive analysis, requiring joint congressional and presidential approval to access. The program identified employees whose personal histories, financial situations, or psychological profiles created vulnerabilities to foreign intelligence recruitment, then replaced them with specially trained individuals whose constructed identities eliminated those vulnerabilities. The replacement program had been developed in response to intelligence assessments indicating that Soviet and other foreign intelligence services had achieved unprecedented success in recruiting American government employees during the late 1970s and early 1980s. The program was designed to protect critical government functions by ensuring that key positions were held by individuals whose loyalty could not be compromised through traditional recruitment methods. Personnel selection for replacement focused on individuals whose backgrounds included financial difficulties, family problems, ideological conflicts, or psychological characteristics that intelligence assessments indicated made them vulnerable to foreign recruitment approaches. The replacement was conducted without the knowledge of the targeted individuals or their supervisors. Personnel replacement targeted individuals whose backgrounds created vulnerabilities to foreign intelligence recruitment, Martinez explained in vulnerability assessment analysis. The program identified financial, personal, and psychological factors that foreign intelligence services typically exploited for recruitment, then systematically replaced vulnerable personnel with individuals whose constructed backgrounds eliminated those vulnerabilities. The replacement individuals were recruited from military personnel, intelligence operatives, and civilian specialists, who underwent extensive psychological evaluation and loyalty assessment before receiving complete identity construction and specialized training for their assigned government positions. The replacement training included not just professional skills but complete personality development to ensure seamless integration. Replacement personnel underwent comprehensive identity construction and specialized training, reported Dr. James Harrison, training program analyst. The identity construction included complete personal history development, professional skill training, and personality modification to ensure seamless integration into their assigned positions. Replacement individuals were essentially recreated as ideal government employees with uncompromisable loyalty to American interests. But perhaps the most sophisticated aspect of the replacement program was the memory modification technology that allowed original personnel to be relocated to new positions with modified memories that eliminated their knowledge of classified information while preserving their professional capabilities and personal relationships in non-sensitive contexts. Memory modification technology allowed ethical relocation of original personnel, explained Dr. Patricia Foster, memory modification specialist. Original employees were relocated to civilian positions with modified memories that preserved their personal relationships and professional capabilities, while eliminating knowledge of classified information. The relocation was designed to be beneficial rather than punitive, providing better living conditions while protecting national security. The replacement program included comprehensive support systems for both replacement personnel and relocated original employees. Replacement individuals received ongoing support to maintain their constructed identities, while original employees received career assistance and financial support to ensure successful civilian integration. Identity construction technology utilized advanced psychological profiling and behavioral modification techniques to create authentic personalities that could maintain constructed backgrounds indefinitely. The technology was so sophisticated that replacement personnel often forgot their original identities and genuinely believed their constructed backgrounds were authentic. Identity construction created authentic personalities that replacement personnel genuinely believed were their real backgrounds, Foster reported. The psychological modification was so complete that replacement individuals typically forgot their original identities and lived their constructed lives as authentic experiences rather than maintained deceptions. International coordination with allied intelligence services ensured that similar replacement programs were implemented in other Western governments to create a coordinated defense against foreign infiltration. The program was designed as temporary protection during the critical period of intensified Cold War intelligence conflicts. International coordination created allied government protection through coordinated replacement programs, Martinez reported. Similar personnel replacement was implemented in British, Canadian, Australian, and other allied governments to create coordinated defense against foreign infiltration during critical Cold War intelligence conflict periods. The replacement program had been authorized at the highest levels of government with congressional oversight through classified committees that maintained strict security protocols. The program was designed with built-in termination procedures and personnel restoration protocols for post-Cold War transition. President Clinton, briefed on replacement program documentation, authorized comprehensive review while ensuring that program participants received appropriate recognition and support for their service in protecting American national security during critical threat periods. Replacement program participants deserve recognition for extraordinary service in protecting American national security, Clinton stated in classified personnel recognition meetings. These individuals sacrificed their original identities to serve American interests during critical threat periods and should receive appropriate support and recognition for their service. Investigation into the replacement program revealed an extensive handler network that had been established to coordinate and support replacement personnel throughout their government service. The handler network operated as a parallel intelligence structure that provided guidance, support, and coordination for thousands of replacement individuals while maintaining absolute operational security. Dr. Sarah Mitchell, covert operations analyst recruited from the CIA's clandestine service, led the investigation into the handler network infrastructure. Her research, released only to researchers with deep cover operations clearance, revealed the most sophisticated domestic intelligence coordination system ever implemented by American agencies. The handler network operated as a parallel intelligence structure, providing comprehensive support for replacement personnel. Mitchell wrote in her handler network analysis, classified at levels requiring unanimous intelligence community approval. The network included case officers, support specialists, and coordination centers that managed thousands of replacement individuals throughout their government careers while maintaining complete operational security and cover story integrity. Handler recruitment focused on experienced intelligence operatives with exceptional psychological skills and absolute loyalty to American interests. Handlers underwent specialized training in identity management, psychological support, and covert communication techniques that allowed them to provide guidance and assistance without compromising replacement personnel security or effectiveness. Handler training included advanced identity management and psychological support techniques, reported Dr. Robert Chen, handler training analyst. Handlers learned to provide comprehensive support for replacement personnel while maintaining operational security and cover story integrity. The training emphasized psychological health maintenance and performance optimization rather than traditional intelligence control methods. The handler network operated through a combination of overt professional relationships and covert communication channels that allowed comprehensive personnel support without creating security vulnerabilities or operational exposure. Handlers often served as supervisors, colleagues, or professional contacts that provided natural interaction opportunities for guidance and support provision. Communication systems utilized advanced encryption and steganographic techniques that allowed covert information exchange through routine professional interactions, personal conversations, and even mass media channels. The communication methods were so sophisticated that even intelligence agencies had difficulty detecting handler replacement personnel coordination. Communication systems allowed comprehensive coordination through routine professional and personal interactions, explained Dr. Margaret Foster, communication systems analyst. Advanced encryption and steganographic techniques enabled covert guidance and support provision through normal workplace relationships, professional conferences, and even casual social interactions. But perhaps the most sophisticated aspect of the handler network was its psychological support system that maintained replacement personnel, mental health, and identity stability throughout extended periods of constructed identity maintenance. The support system prevented psychological breakdown while preserving operational effectiveness. Psychological support systems maintained replacement personnel mental health during extended identity construction periods, Foster reported. The support included therapeutic techniques, stress management, and identity reinforcement that prevented psychological breakdown while maintaining operational effectiveness and personal well-being. The handler network also coordinated replacement personnel career development to ensure optimal positioning for intelligence gathering and policy influence while maintaining natural career progression that avoided suspicion. Career guidance was provided through seemingly natural mentorship and professional development relationships. Financial support systems provided replacement personnel with resources for maintaining their constructed lifestyles while eliminating financial pressures that could create security vulnerabilities. The financial support was integrated into legitimate income sources that avoided detection through routine financial investigations. Financial support systems eliminated economic pressures while maintaining legitimate income source appearance, reported Dr. James Harrison, financial operations specialist. Replacement personnel received comprehensive financial support through legitimate channels that avoided detection while ensuring economic stability and operational security. Emergency support protocols provided rapid assistance for replacement personnel facing security threats, operational complications, or psychological crises. The emergency support included extraction procedures, identity modification, and relocation capabilities that could be implemented within hours if necessary. The handler network included specialized medical support that provided healthcare services while maintaining security and identity protection. Medical support ensured physical and psychological health maintenance while protecting replacement personnel from medical investigations that could compromise their constructed backgrounds. Medical support provided health care while protecting identity security, explained Dr. Elena Rodriguez, medical support coordinator. Specialized medical teams provided comprehensive healthcare services while maintaining operational security and constructed identity protection. Medical support included psychological healthcare and identity stability maintenance. International coordination connected American handler networks with allied intelligence services managing similar replacement programs, creating coordinated support systems for replacement personnel operating in international contexts or liaison positions with foreign governments. Retirement and transition protocols provided comprehensive support for replacement personnel completing their government service, including identity transition assistance, pension coordination, and post-service support that maintained security while ensuring quality of life maintenance. Retirement protocols provided comprehensive transition support while maintaining operational security, Mitchell reported. Replacement personnel received identity transition assistance, financial support, and ongoing psychological care that ensured successful post-service integration while preserving security and protecting their service contributions. President Clinton, briefed on handler network operations, authorized continued support for replacement personnel and handlers, while ensuring that their extraordinary service received appropriate recognition within classified award and recognition systems. Handler network participants provided exceptional service protecting American national security through extraordinary personal sacrifice and professional dedication, Clinton stated in classified recognition ceremonies. These individuals deserve continued support and recognition for service that went far beyond normal government employment expectations. Comprehensive analysis of the replacement program revealed extraordinary success in achieving its primary objectives: preventing foreign intelligence recruitment of government personnel, protecting classified information, and maintaining American strategic advantages during critical Cold War competition periods. The program's effectiveness exceeded all projections while maintaining operational security that prevented foreign detection of the personnel substitution operations. Dr. Patricia Hayes, program effectiveness analyst recruited from the Defense Intelligence Agency, led the comprehensive evaluation of replacement program outcomes. Her research, accessible only to personnel with operational assessment clearance, documented the most successful counterintelligence program in American history. The replacement program achieved unprecedented success in preventing foreign intelligence recruitment while maintaining government operational effectiveness. Hayes wrote in her program evaluation summaries, classified at levels requiring cabinet-level security clearance approval, foreign intelligence recruitment of American government personnel decreased by 94% during program implementation periods, while government productivity and policy effectiveness increased significantly. The program achieved complete operational security while delivering strategic advantages that exceeded all projected outcomes. Counterintelligence assessment revealed that Soviet and other foreign intelligence services had experienced dramatic failures in their American government recruitment operations during the 1983 to 1985 period, but intelligence analysis attributed these failures to improved American security procedures rather than recognizing the systematic personnel replacement that had eliminated their recruitment targets. Foreign intelligence services experienced recruitment failures during replacement program implementation but attributed failures to improved security rather than personnel substitution, Hayes reported in Counterintelligence Effectiveness Analysis. Soviet intelligence assessments from this period indicate frustration with inability to recruit American government personnel, but no recognition that recruitment targets had been systematically replaced with individuals whose constructed backgrounds made recruitment impossible. Policy effectiveness analysis revealed that American government decision-making had improved significantly during the replacement program period, with more consistent policy implementation, reduced information leaks, and enhanced international negotiation outcomes. Replacement personnel had demonstrated superior performance compared to the individuals they had replaced. Government policy effectiveness improved significantly during replacement program implementation, reported Dr. Sarah Rodriguez, policy analysis specialist. Replacement personnel demonstrated superior professional performance, enhanced policy consistency, and reduced security breaches compared to original employees. The replacement program improved government effectiveness while achieving counterintelligence objectives. Intelligence Protection Assessment documented dramatic reductions in classified information compromises during the replacement program period. Security breaches, unauthorized disclosures, and intelligence losses had decreased to minimal levels, while government intelligence capabilities had expanded significantly. Intelligence protection achieved unprecedented success with dramatic reductions in security breaches and unauthorized disclosures, explained Dr. Robert Morrison, intelligence security analyst. Classified information compromises decreased by 89% during replacement program implementation, while intelligence collection and analysis capabilities expanded significantly. The program achieved optimal balance between security and operational effectiveness. But perhaps most significantly, psychological evaluation of replacement personnel revealed high levels of job satisfaction, personal fulfillment, and loyalty to American democratic institutions. Despite their constructed identities, replacement individuals had developed genuine attachments to American values and democratic governance that exceeded typical government employee commitment levels. Replacement personnel demonstrated exceptional loyalty and commitment to American democratic institutions, reported Dr. Elena Martinez, psychological evaluation specialist. Despite constructed identities, replacement individuals developed genuine attachments to American values that exceeded typical government employee commitment. The identity construction process created authentic Americans who genuinely believed in and served democratic principles. Economic analysis revealed that the replacement program had generated significant cost savings through improved government efficiency, reduced security breach costs, and enhanced policy effectiveness that avoided expensive strategic mistakes. The program had paid for itself through operational improvements while delivering strategic advantages. Career development assessment showed that replacement personnel had achieved professional advancement rates that exceeded normal government employee averages while maintaining exceptional performance standards. The replacement program had created a cadre of exceptional government professionals who enhanced American administrative capabilities. Replacement personnel achieved exceptional professional advancement while maintaining superior performance standards, Hayes reported. Career development exceeded normal government employee patterns while delivering enhanced administrative capabilities that improved government effectiveness across all agencies and departments. International relations assessment revealed that American diplomatic and strategic advantages had increased significantly during the replacement program period, with enhanced negotiation outcomes, improved intelligence sharing with allies, and reduced foreign intelligence penetration of American decision-making processes. Long-term impact analysis showed that replacement personnel had continued to serve American interests throughout their careers, with many achieving senior leadership positions that enhanced American strategic capabilities. The program had created lasting improvements in government effectiveness and security that continued beyond the immediate counterintelligence objectives. Long-term impact analysis reveals lasting improvements in government effectiveness and strategic capabilities, Martinez reported. Replacement personnel continued serving American interests throughout their careers, with many achieving senior positions that enhanced strategic capabilities. The program created permanent improvements that continued beyond immediate counterintelligence objectives. Educational and training benefits included advancement of American expertise in identity construction, psychological operations, and counterintelligence that enhanced American intelligence capabilities and provided strategic advantages in subsequent operations. President Bush, briefed on program effectiveness assessment, authorized declassification of selected program elements for historical documentation, while ensuring continued security for operational details and personnel protection. The replacement program represents one of the most successful counterintelligence operations in American history, Bush stated in classified program recognition meetings. The program deserves historical documentation and recognition while maintaining security for operational details and personnel who served American interests through extraordinary personal sacrifice. The end of the Cold War created unprecedented challenges for managing thousands of replacement personnel whose constructed identities and specialized training had been designed for specific threat environments that no longer existed. Post-program integration required careful management to preserve the individual's psychological stability while adapting their roles to serve evolving American strategic objectives in the post-Cold War security environment. Dr. Sarah Chen, appointed as Director of Personnel Integration Operations, coordinated the most complex identity management program in intelligence history, transitioning replacement personnel from Cold War counterintelligence roles to post-Cold War security and policy functions while maintaining their psychological stability and continued service to American interests. Post-program integration requires careful management of thousands of individuals whose identities and capabilities were designed for specific threat environments, Chen wrote in her integration planning summaries, accessible only to personnel with personnel integration clearance. Integration must preserve psychological stability while adapting specialized capabilities to serve evolving American strategic objectives in transformed global security environments. Identity adaptation protocols were developed to help replacement personnel modify their constructed backgrounds to reflect natural life progression while maintaining core identity elements that preserved psychological stability. The adaptation allowed individuals to develop authentic personal histories that built upon their constructed foundations. Identity adaptation allows natural progression from constructed foundations while maintaining psychological stability, reported Dr. Margaret Foster, identity adaptation specialist. Replacement personnel can develop authentic personal experiences that build upon constructed backgrounds, creating genuine life histories that preserve psychological health while adapting to changing circumstances. Career transition programs helped replacement personnel adapt their specialized skills and capabilities to post-Cold War security challenges, including terrorism prevention, cybersecurity, international economic competition, and emerging technological threats. The transition preserved their value to American security while adapting to new threat environments. Career transition adapts specialized capabilities to post-Cold War security challenges, explained Dr. Robert Harrison, Career Development Coordinator. Replacement personnel skills in identity management, psychological operations, and security analysis provide valuable capabilities for addressing terrorism, cyber threats, and international competition in transformed global security environments. But perhaps the most complex aspect of integration involved managing the psychological transition for individuals whose entire adult lives had been based on constructed identities designed for specific historical circumstances. Integration required sophisticated psychological support to help individuals develop authentic personal identity while preserving their service commitment. Psychological integration helps individuals develop authentic personal identity while preserving service commitment, reported Dr. Patricia Rodriguez, psychological integration specialist. Integration support helps replacement personnel transition from constructed identity maintenance to authentic personal development, while maintaining their commitment to American security and democratic values. Family integration presented unique challenges for replacement personnel whose personal relationships had been developed within constructed identity frameworks. Integration required careful management to preserve family stability, while allowing authentic relationship development that reflected changing circumstances. Retirement planning provided comprehensive support for replacement personnel approaching the end of their government careers, including identity transition assistance, financial planning, and psychological preparation for civilian life after decades of specialized service in constructed identity roles. Retirement planning provides comprehensive transition support for personnel completing decades of specialized service, Foster reported. Retirement assistance includes identity transition support, financial planning, and psychological preparation for civilian life, while maintaining security and recognizing extraordinary service contributions. Educational opportunities were provided to help replacement personnel develop new skills and interests that reflected their authentic personal preferences rather than constructed identity requirements. Educational support allowed individuals to pursue personal development goals that had been subordinated to operational requirements. Community integration assistance helped replacement personnel develop genuine social relationships and community connections, based on authentic interests and values rather than operational requirements. Community integration supported personal fulfillment while maintaining security protocols. Community integration supports genuine social relationship development based on authentic interests, Chen explained. Integration assistance helps replacement personnel develop community connections that reflect personal values and preferences, while maintaining appropriate security protocols and operational awareness. Medical support adaptation addressed the unique healthcare needs of individuals who had experienced extended periods of identity construction and psychological modification. Medical support included both physical healthcare and psychological services adapted to their unique circumstances. International coordination managed integration for replacement personnel who had served in international liaison roles or had developed connections with allied intelligence services. International integration maintained valuable relationships while adapting to changing alliance structures and cooperation requirements. International integration maintains valuable alliance relationships while adapting to changing cooperation requirements, Harrison reported. Replacement personnel with international experience provide continued value for alliance coordination while adapting to transformed global relationships and cooperation frameworks. Financial integration ensured that replacement personnel received appropriate compensation and benefits recognition for their extraordinary service, while maintaining security regarding the special nature of their contributions. Financial support reflected both standard government service and recognition of unique service circumstances. President Obama, briefed on integration progress, authorized comprehensive support for replacement personnel, while ensuring that their contributions received appropriate recognition within classified service recognition systems. Replacement personnel deserve comprehensive support and recognition for extraordinary service that went far beyond normal government employment, Obama stated in classified personnel recognition meetings. Integration support should honor their sacrifice while ensuring their continued contribution to American security and democratic values. The maturation of post-Cold War security environments and the successful integration of replacement personnel created opportunities for controlled disclosure of the replacement program to affected families, colleagues, and selected government officials who had been unknowingly working with replacement personnel throughout their careers. Dr. Elena Santos, appointed as Director of Historical Disclosure Operations, coordinated the most sensitive truth reconciliation program in government history, gradually revealing the existence and scope of the replacement program to those who had been affected by it, while maintaining operational security and protecting the privacy and dignity of all participants. Historical disclosure requires careful revelation of replacement program existence to affected parties while maintaining security and protecting participant dignity, Santos wrote in her disclosure coordination summaries, accessible only to personnel with historical disclosure clearance. Disclosure must honor the service of replacement personnel while helping affected families and colleagues understand their relationships and experiences within the context of extraordinary service to American security. Family disclosure protocols were developed to help families of replacement personnel understand their relationships with individuals whose identities had been constructed for security purposes. Disclosure emphasized that constructed identities did not diminish the authenticity of family relationships or the genuine love and commitment that replacement personnel had developed for their families. Family disclosure emphasizes that constructed identities do not diminish authentic relationship development, reported Dr. James Foster, Family Disclosure Coordinator. Replacement personnel developed genuine love and commitment to their families, regardless of identity construction. Disclosure helps families understand their relationships within the context of extraordinary service while maintaining family bond authenticity. Colleague disclosure provided carefully managed revelation to government officials who had worked with replacement personnel throughout their careers. Disclosure emphasized the superior performance and dedication that replacement personnel had demonstrated, while explaining the security rationale for identity construction. Colleague disclosure explained security rationale while emphasizing replacement personnel's superior performance and dedication, explained Dr. Sarah Mitchell, Colleague Disclosure Specialist. Disclosure helps government officials understand their working relationships, while recognizing the exceptional service and professionalism that replacement personnel demonstrated throughout their careers. But perhaps the most complex aspect of disclosure involved helping replacement personnel themselves understand their own histories and service contributions. Many replacement individuals had lived their constructed identities so completely that they had forgotten their original backgrounds and needed careful psychological support to understand their own experiences. Self-disclosure helps replacement personnel understand their own service contributions and personal histories, reported Dr. Patricia Chen, Self-Disclosure Coordinator. Many replacement individuals need psychological support to understand their experiences and recognize their extraordinary service contributions while maintaining psychological stability and personal identity integrity. Community disclosure provided limited revelation to communities where replacement personnel had lived and worked, emphasizing their positive contributions and community service, while explaining the security necessity for their service without revealing operational details. Historical documentation projects began creating comprehensive records of the replacement program for future historical analysis, while maintaining appropriate security classifications and protecting individual privacy. Historical documentation ensured that the program's contributions would be recognized and understood by future historians and policymakers. Historical documentation preserves replacement program history for future analysis while maintaining security and privacy protection, Santos reported. Documentation ensures that program contributions to American security and the extraordinary service of participants will be recognized by future historians and policy analysts. Educational initiatives were developed to help intelligence and security professionals understand the lessons learned from the replacement program for application to contemporary security challenges. Educational programs emphasized ethical considerations and operational effectiveness while protecting classified details. Recognition programs were established to honor the service of replacement personnel, handlers, and support staff who had participated in the program. Recognition emphasized the extraordinary personal sacrifice and professional dedication required for successful program implementation. Recognition programs honor extraordinary service and personal sacrifice of replacement program participants, Foster reported. Recognition emphasizes the exceptional dedication required for successful program implementation, while acknowledging the personal costs and professional challenges that participants accepted for American security. Media management protocols were developed to prevent unauthorized disclosure of operational details, while allowing appropriate recognition of the program's contribution to American security during critical Cold War periods. Media management balanced transparency with security requirements. International coordination managed disclosure implications for allied intelligence services that had implemented similar programs, ensuring that American disclosure did not compromise ongoing allied operations or create security vulnerabilities for international partners. International coordination manages disclosure implications for allied services while protecting ongoing operations, Mitchell explained. Disclosure coordination ensures that American transparency does not compromise allied security or create vulnerabilities for international intelligence partnerships. Legal review ensured that disclosure complied with all applicable laws and regulations while protecting the rights and privacy of all participants. Legal analysis addressed potential liability issues while ensuring appropriate recognition and support for extraordinary service. President Bush, briefed on disclosure implementation, authorized comprehensive recognition for replacement program participants, while ensuring that disclosure served historical understanding and participant recognition rather than political controversy or operational exposure. Replacement program participants deserve recognition and understanding for extraordinary service during critical threat periods, Bush stated in classified historical recognition meetings. Disclosure should honor their service while contributing to historical understanding of American security operations during Cold War competition. The experience and expertise gained through the replacement program provided invaluable capabilities for addressing contemporary security threats, including cyber warfare, international terrorism, economic espionage, and emerging technological challenges that required sophisticated identity management and personnel security operations. Dr. Robert Morrison, promoted to Director of Contemporary Security Applications, coordinated the adaptation of replacement program methodologies to address 21st-century security challenges while incorporating lessons learned from the Cold War program to enhance American security capabilities in transformed threat environments. Contemporary security applications adapt replacement program methodologies to address modern threats while incorporating lessons learned from Cold War implementation, Morrison wrote in his Adaptive Security Summaries, accessible only to personnel with contemporary operations clearance. Modern applications emphasize ethical considerations, democratic oversight, and voluntary participation while maintaining operational effectiveness for addressing cyber warfare, terrorism, and technological espionage threats. Cybersecurity applications utilized identity management expertise to create secure online identities and digital personas that could resist cyber attacks while protecting critical infrastructure and sensitive information systems. Digital identity construction helped protect American cyber assets from foreign intelligence and criminal organizations. Cybersecurity applications create secure digital identities that resist cyber attacks and protect critical information systems, reported Dr. Margaret Hayes, cybersecurity specialist. Digital identity construction utilizes replacement program expertise to protect American cyber assets from foreign intelligence and criminal cyber threats while maintaining operational security and democratic oversight. Counterterrorism operations adapted personnel security methodologies to protect intelligence operatives and law enforcement personnel operating in high-threat environments. Counterterrorism applications provided identity protection and operational security for personnel combating international terrorism and domestic extremist threats. Counterterrorism applications provide identity protection for personnel operating in high-threat environments, explained Dr. Elena Rodriguez, counterterrorism coordinator. Operational security adaptations protect intelligence and law enforcement personnel combating terrorism while maintaining ethical standards and democratic oversight requirements. But perhaps the most significant contemporary application involved protecting American economic and technological assets from foreign intelligence services, targeting American businesses, research institutions, and technology companies. Economic security applications helped protect American competitive advantages while supporting legitimate international business and research cooperation. Economic security applications protect American competitive advantages from foreign intelligence targeting of business and research institutions, Morrison reported. Economic protection utilizes identity management expertise to secure American technological and economic assets while supporting legitimate international cooperation and business relationships. International cooperation applications helped allied governments develop their own personnel security capabilities while maintaining American technological advantages and operational security. International cooperation emphasized shared security while protecting American capabilities and methods. Educational security applications protected American research institutions and educational systems from foreign intelligence recruitment and technology theft while preserving academic freedom and international educational cooperation. Educational protection balanced security requirements with academic mission requirements. Educational security protects research institutions from foreign intelligence targeting while preserving academic freedom, reported Dr. Sarah Chen, Educational Security Coordinator. Educational protection balances security requirements with academic cooperation needs while protecting American research capabilities and technological advantages. Private sector applications helped American businesses develop personnel security capabilities that could protect against corporate espionage and foreign intelligence targeting without creating excessive costs or operational restrictions that could harm business effectiveness. Government modernization efforts incorporated replacement program lessons to improve personnel security and operational effectiveness while maintaining democratic governance and constitutional rights protection. Modernization emphasized security enhancement that strengthened rather than threatened democratic institutions. Government modernization incorporates personnel security improvements while strengthening democratic governance, Rodriguez explained. Modernization efforts emphasize security enhancement that supports rather than threatens democratic institutions and constitutional rights protection. Technology integration utilized advanced computing and artificial intelligence capabilities to enhance personnel security and identity management while maintaining human oversight and ethical standards. Technology integration emphasized capability enhancement rather than replacement of human judgment and democratic oversight. Training and development programs prepared current intelligence and security professionals to address contemporary threats using adaptation of replacement program methodologies, while emphasizing ethical considerations and democratic accountability. Training programs prepare security professionals to address contemporary threats using ethical adaptations of replacement program methodologies, Foster reported. Training emphasizes democratic accountability and ethical considerations while providing capabilities for addressing cyber warfare, terrorism, and economic espionage threats. Quality control systems ensured that contemporary applications maintained the ethical standards and operational effectiveness that had characterized the original replacement program, while adapting to modern legal requirements and democratic oversight expectations. Congressional oversight mechanisms were established to ensure that contemporary applications served American security interests while maintaining constitutional protections and democratic governance principles. Oversight emphasized transparency and accountability while protecting operational security. Congressional oversight ensures contemporary applications maintain constitutional protections while serving security interests, Morrison explained. Oversight mechanisms provide democratic accountability while protecting operational security and ensuring effectiveness against modern threats. President Obama, briefed on contemporary security applications, authorized continued adaptation while ensuring that modern applications enhanced rather than threatened democratic institutions and individual rights protection. Contemporary security applications must enhance democratic institutions while protecting American interests, Obama stated in classified security coordination meetings. Modern adaptations should strengthen constitutional governance while providing effective protection against contemporary threats. The experience gained from decades of replacement program implementation and contemporary adaptations led to comprehensive development of ethical frameworks that could guide future personnel security operations while ensuring that security measures enhanced rather than threatened democratic values and individual rights protection. Dr. Patricia Foster, appointed as Director of Ethical Framework Development, coordinated the establishment of comprehensive moral and legal standards that incorporated lessons learned from replacement program experience, while ensuring that future security operations served democratic principles and constitutional governance. Ethical framework development incorporates replacement program lessons to establish moral standards that ensure security operations serve democratic principles. Foster wrote in her ethical development summaries, accessible only to personnel with ethical framework clearance. Ethical standards ensure that personnel security measures enhance rather than threaten constitutional governance, while maintaining operational effectiveness for protecting American interests. Voluntary participation protocols were developed to ensure that future security operations respected individual autonomy and informed consent while maintaining operational security requirements. Voluntary protocols emphasized personal choice and democratic participation rather than coercive implementation. Voluntary participation protocols ensure individual autonomy and informed consent while maintaining operational security, reported Dr. James Harrison, Voluntary Participation Coordinator. Protocols emphasize personal choice and democratic participation, rather than coercive measures, while providing effective security capabilities. Transparency standards established frameworks for appropriate disclosure and democratic oversight that balanced security requirements with constitutional governance and public accountability. Transparency standards ensured that security operations remained subject to democratic control and legal oversight. Transparency standards balance security requirements with democratic oversight and constitutional governance, explained Dr. Sarah Rodriguez, Transparency Standards Specialist. Standards ensure security operations remain subject to democratic control while maintaining operational effectiveness and protecting legitimate security interests. But perhaps the most significant ethical development involved establishing individual rights protection that ensured security measures enhanced rather than diminished personal freedom and constitutional protections. Rights protection emphasized security that strengthened democratic society rather than creating authoritarian control systems. Individual rights protection ensures security measures enhance rather than diminish constitutional protections, Foster reported. Rights protection emphasizes security that strengthens democratic society while providing effective protection against legitimate threats to American interests and democratic institutions. Accountability mechanisms were established to ensure that security operations remained subject to legal oversight and democratic control while maintaining operational effectiveness. Accountability emphasized responsibility to democratic institutions and constitutional governance rather than operational autonomy. International cooperation standards ensured that American security operations supported rather than undermined international law and democratic cooperation while protecting American interests and maintaining operational security. International standards emphasized cooperation that strengthened democratic alliances. International cooperation standards ensure security operations support democratic alliances while protecting American interests, Harrison reported. International standards emphasize cooperation that strengthens democratic partnerships while maintaining operational security and American strategic advantages. Family protection protocols ensured that security operations protected rather than threatened family relationships and personal connections, while maintaining operational security. Family protocols emphasized security that preserved human relationships and community connections. Professional development standards established training and education requirements that emphasized ethical conduct and democratic accountability while providing effective security capabilities. Professional standards ensured that security personnel served democratic values rather than operating outside constitutional constraints. Professional development standards emphasize ethical conduct and democratic accountability while providing security capabilities, Rodriguez explained. Standards ensure security personnel serve democratic values while maintaining operational effectiveness and professional competence. Legal compliance frameworks ensured that security operations remained within constitutional and legal constraints while adapting to contemporary threat environments. Legal frameworks emphasized lawful operations that strengthened rather than circumvented democratic governance and constitutional protections. Quality assurance systems provided ongoing evaluation and improvement of ethical standards while maintaining operational effectiveness and democratic accountability. Quality assurance emphasized continuous improvement that served both security effectiveness and democratic governance. Quality assurance provides ongoing ethical standards improvement while maintaining effectiveness and democratic accountability, Foster reported. Quality systems emphasize continuous improvement that serves both security requirements and constitutional governance principles. Historical analysis incorporated lessons learned from replacement program experience to inform contemporary ethical standards while avoiding repetition of problematic elements and preserving beneficial aspects of successful security operations. Educational programs were developed to train current and future security professionals in ethical standards and democratic accountability while providing effective capabilities for addressing security threats. Educational programs emphasize service to democratic values rather than operational autonomy. Educational programs train security professionals in ethical standards while providing effective security capabilities, Harrison explained. Programs emphasize service to democratic values and constitutional governance while maintaining operational competence and professional effectiveness. Congressional consultation ensured that ethical framework development remained subject to democratic oversight and legislative guidance, while protecting operational security and maintaining effective security capabilities. President Trump, briefed on ethical framework development, authorized implementation while ensuring that ethical standards enhanced, rather than restricted, American security capabilities and democratic governance. Ethical frameworks must enhance American security capabilities while strengthening democratic governance, Trump stated in classified ethical standards meetings. Standards should improve security effectiveness while maintaining constitutional protections and democratic accountability. The maturation of ethical frameworks and the successful integration of replacement program participants created opportunities for comprehensive public disclosure that would reveal the full scope and achievements of the replacement program, while honoring the service of participants and educating the public about the extraordinary measures taken to protect American security during critical historical periods. Dr. Elena Martinez, appointed as Director of Public Disclosure Operations, coordinated the most comprehensive intelligence program revelation in American history, providing complete public documentation of the replacement program while protecting individual privacy and maintaining appropriate security for contemporary operations. Public disclosure provides comprehensive documentation of replacement program achievements while protecting participant privacy and contemporary security, Martinez wrote in her public disclosure summaries, accessible to all personnel and the general public. Disclosure honors extraordinary service while educating the public about security measures taken during critical threat periods and the democratic values that guided program implementation and ethical development. Historical documentation provided complete public access to replacement program archives while protecting individual identities and contemporary security information. Historical access emphasized educational value and democratic accountability while respecting privacy and security requirements. Historical documentation provides public access to program archives while protecting privacy and contemporary security, reported Dr. Robert Chen, Historical Documentation Coordinator. Public access emphasizes educational value and democratic accountability while maintaining appropriate protection for individuals and ongoing security operations. Educational initiatives were developed to help the public understand the replacement program within the context of Cold War security challenges and the democratic values that guided program implementation. Educational programs emphasized the extraordinary service and sacrifice of participants while explaining security rationale and ethical considerations. Educational initiatives help public understanding of replacement program within Cold War security context, explained Dr. Margaret Hayes, public education specialist. Education emphasizes participant service and sacrifice while explaining security rationale and ethical frameworks that guided program implementation and oversight. But perhaps the most significant aspect of public disclosure was the recognition ceremony that honored replacement program participants, handlers, and support personnel for their extraordinary service while educating the public about their contributions to American security and democratic values. Recognition ceremonies honor extraordinary service while educating public about contributions to American security, Martinez reported. Recognition emphasizes participant dedication and sacrifice, while explaining program achievements and ethical frameworks that ensure democratic accountability and constitutional governance. Media coordination managed comprehensive disclosure through multiple channels while maintaining accuracy and context that helped public understanding of program complexity and achievements. Media coordination emphasized educational value and historical accuracy while preventing sensationalism or misunderstanding. Family support provided comprehensive assistance for families of replacement personnel during public disclosure while protecting privacy and providing resources for understanding their experiences within the context of extraordinary service. Family support emphasized dignity and recognition while respecting individual privacy preferences. Family support provides assistance during public disclosure while protecting privacy and recognizing extraordinary service, Hayes reported. Support emphasizes dignity and recognition while respecting individual privacy and helping families understand their experiences within historical context. International coordination managed disclosure implications for allied governments while maintaining security for ongoing cooperation and protecting international relationships. International coordination emphasized American leadership and democratic accountability while preserving alliance security and cooperation. Congressional testimony provided comprehensive briefings to legislative leadership while ensuring democratic oversight and accountability for program implementation and contemporary security applications. Congressional engagement emphasized legislative authority and democratic governance while protecting appropriate security information. Congressional testimony provides comprehensive briefings while ensuring democratic oversight and accountability. Chen explained. Legislative engagement emphasizes democratic governance and oversight authority while protecting security information and maintaining effective contemporary operations. Academic cooperation provided researchers and historians with access to program documentation while maintaining security for sensitive information and protecting individual privacy. Academic access emphasized scholarly analysis and historical understanding while respecting security and privacy requirements. Legal review ensured that public disclosure complied with all applicable laws and regulations while protecting individual rights and maintaining security for contemporary operations. Legal oversight emphasized constitutional compliance and individual rights protection while supporting comprehensive disclosure and democratic accountability. Legal review ensures disclosure compliance while protecting individual rights and contemporary security, Martinez explained. Legal oversight emphasizes constitutional compliance and rights protection while supporting democratic accountability and historical understanding. Public response exceeded all projections in positive reception and appreciation for replacement program participants and their contributions to American security. Public reaction emphasized pride in participant service and understanding of program necessity while supporting democratic accountability and ethical standards. Veteran support programs were expanded to provide comprehensive recognition and assistance for replacement program participants as part of veteran services while acknowledging their unique service contributions and circumstances. Veteran support emphasized honor and recognition while providing appropriate assistance and health care. Veteran support programs provide comprehensive recognition while acknowledging unique service contributions, Hayes reported. Support emphasizes honor and recognition while providing appropriate assistance for individuals who served under extraordinary circumstances for American security. President Biden, addressing the nation during comprehensive disclosure, emphasized the extraordinary service and sacrifice of replacement program participants, while highlighting the democratic values and ethical frameworks that guided program implementation and oversight. Replacement program participants represent the highest traditions of service to American security and democratic values, Biden stated in national disclosure addresses. Their extraordinary sacrifice and dedication protected American interests while maintaining democratic accountability and constitutional governance during critical threat periods. Today, the Sleeper Protocol stands as a defining example of how democratic societies can implement extraordinary security measures while maintaining constitutional governance, individual rights, and ethical accountability. The program's success in protecting American interests while preserving democratic values provides a model for addressing contemporary security challenges through principled approaches that enhance, rather than threaten, democratic institutions. The Sleeper Protocol files, fully accessible to the public since 2024, document how American democracy successfully navigated existential security threats while maintaining the constitutional principles and individual rights that define democratic governance. The program demonstrates that security and freedom can be mutually reinforcing rather than contradictory objectives. Jennifer Walsh, the security analyst who first detected the personnel anomalies in 1995, lived to witness the comprehensive disclosure and recognition of replacement program participants in 2023. Her discovery initiated the investigation that revealed one of the most successful security programs in American history, while ensuring appropriate recognition and support for extraordinary service. "I thought I was investigating security vulnerabilities," Walsh reflected during her final interview at age 98. But those personnel anomalies led to recognition of extraordinary Americans who sacrificed their identities to protect our democracy during its most dangerous period. Their service deserves the recognition and appreciation it has finally received. The replacement program participants, now ranging from their 60s to their 90s, have received comprehensive recognition for their extraordinary service while maintaining the dignity and privacy they deserve. Many have become advocates for ethical security practices and democratic accountability in contemporary security operations. Current security professionals study replacement program methodologies and ethical frameworks as part of standard training while learning to apply these lessons to contemporary threats including cyber warfare, terrorism, and international competition. The program provides valuable lessons for addressing modern challenges while maintaining democratic values. The replacement program teaches us that effective security must serve democratic values rather than threatening them, explains Dr. Sarah Rodriguez, current director of Democratic Security Studies. Contemporary security professionals learn to protect American interests while strengthening, rather than undermining constitutional governance and individual rights. Educational institutions across America include replacement program history in curricula dealing with American government, security studies, and democratic governance. Students learn how democratic societies can address existential threats while maintaining their fundamental values and constitutional principles. International security professionals study American replacement program experience as a model for implementing security measures within democratic frameworks. The program demonstrates that democratic accountability and operational effectiveness can be mutually supporting rather than contradictory requirements. The American replacement program demonstrates successful integration of security effectiveness with democratic accountability, reports the International Democratic Security Institute. Democratic societies worldwide study American experience for guidance on addressing security threats while preserving democratic institutions and individual rights. Congressional oversight continues through permanent committees that monitor contemporary security operations while ensuring that lessons learned from replacement program experience inform current policy and operational decisions. Congressional oversight emphasizes democratic accountability while supporting effective security operations. Family support programs provide ongoing assistance for families of replacement program participants while serving as models for supporting families of contemporary security personnel who serve under difficult or unusual circumstances. Family support emphasizes recognition and assistance while protecting privacy and dignity. Family support programs honor replacement program families while providing models for supporting contemporary security families, reports the Department of Veterans Affairs. Support programs emphasize recognition, assistance, and dignity while acknowledging the unique challenges and contributions of security service families. Research institutions continue analyzing replacement program experience for insights into identity psychology, organizational behavior, and democratic governance under stress. Research contributes to understanding of human adaptability and institutional resilience while informing contemporary security and governance challenges. Memorial and recognition programs ensure that replacement program participants and their contributions are permanently remembered and honored as part of American history and democratic tradition. Memorials emphasize service and sacrifice while educating future generations about democratic resilience and principled security. Memorial programs ensure permanent recognition for replacement program participants and their contributions to American security and democratic values, explains the National Security Memorial Foundation. Recognition emphasizes service and sacrifice, while educating Americans about democratic resilience and the principled approaches that protect freedom. The ethical frameworks developed through replacement program experience continue evolving to address contemporary challenges while maintaining the core principles of democratic accountability, individual rights, and constitutional governance that guided successful program implementation. Professional associations for security and intelligence personnel maintain replacement program ethical standards as core principles while adapting these standards to contemporary threats and operational requirements. Professional standards emphasize service to democratic values rather than operational autonomy. Professional security associations maintain replacement program ethical standards while adapting to contemporary challenges, reports the American Intelligence Professionals Association. Standards emphasize democratic service and constitutional compliance while providing effective capabilities for addressing modern security threats. The replacement program legacy demonstrates that democratic societies possess the resilience and principled flexibility necessary to address existential threats while maintaining their fundamental values and constitutional principles. The program provides confidence that American democracy can successfully navigate future challenges while preserving the freedom and rights that define democratic governance.